There will be no regularly scheduled episode of the Locked On Bengals podcast this evening. First and foremost, thoughts and prayers, however you prefer to send positive energy or thoughts or prayers to people, go out to Damar Hamlin and his family and the Bills players, his teammates, and the Bills coaching staff and support staff and everyone involved in that organization, and T. Higgins and everyone involved in the Cincinnati Bengals organization, to people involved in administering the football game, fans in the stands, media covering the game. Obviously, first and foremost, Damar Hamlin's health comes first. Second to that is a traumatic event that could have impacted people you know. If you're listening to the Locked On Bengals podcast, could have impacted many other observers. So just taking a moment here to offer some solidarity as we all witnessed and went through that tonight. And a reminder that if you need help, you should get that help. Of course, all secondary to Damar Hamlin's health. And we wish him all the best and a full recovery. James, you were at the stadium tonight, and football the farthest thing from anyone's mind right now.
Yeah, that's fair to say. Look, I've never seen anything like it, and I don't think anybody has. And when you have people that have been around much longer than I have say that to you, it's like, oh man, what happened? And really the reality is, and even though some people out there are speculating, and a lot of people are, we don't know exactly what happened. And you just hope that the end of this is Damar Hamlin making a full recovery, being fully healthy, and being the Damar Hamlin that, honestly, I'm not going to pretend that I knew about. And yet all of these social media videos, one of the bright spots I think of tonight has been the videos that I've seen of him and learning about him and how he always talks to his family before the games, and the fundraiser he put together, the community toy drive, which is just blowing up right now. He had a $2,500 goal. It's over $1.3 million because this GoFundMe has went viral online. So of course I want Damar Hamlin to be healthy and make a full recovery. And I hope by the time some of you are listening to this, that we have a bunch of positive updates that are surfacing about him. And the other thing, Jake, that I think is cool, and we can get to what I saw and everything like that, but the other thing that I think is cool, and this is now about 3 hours after, as we record this, after Damar Hamlin was put in the ambulance, almost to a T of about 3 hours. How many fans have flocked to UC Medical Center? Bills fans, Bengals fans to support Hamlin. And, you know, one thing, just to bring it back to the players, Joe Burrow, and this was according to Albert Breer, Joe Burrow getting all the Bengals captains together and saying, hey, let's go to the Bills locker room right now. Knowing the game wouldn't be played, they weren't discussing that at all. It was all about talking and offering their just being there for their brothers. And it was more of they're football brothers. Those are players. And the players were together and showing that was the case versus Bills, Bengals, Bills. It was no doubt. I mean, it was the most hyped game of the year, most anticipated game of the year, not just Bengals wise, but maybe NFL wise. And suddenly these two teams came together as one because they just saw one of their brothers go down in what was a very, very scary scene. So I think that part of it, I don't know the right word to say, is encouraging, I think would be the word to see. And so, yeah, I certainly hope that Damar, makes a full recovery. But among this tragic, scary incident that happened on Monday night, I think we've seen some good come out of it.
The contributions to the GoFundMe are excellent. The resources that particular charity drive suddenly has available to it is wonderful. I, again, always come back to Damar Hamlin's health and hope that he's able to oversee and administer those funds and point them in the direction that he wanted his charity drive to go. We saw a difficult time for broadcasters. The ESPN broadcast, I did not envy the position they were in.
Mm-hmm.
The juxtaposition of insane upbeat commercials with a somber broadcast and no one really wanting to say anything, because what is there to say except for the same thing over and over? You're thinking about Damar Hamlin, the player. You're thinking about his health, because this is a man's life. And you saw the leadership of Joe Burrow and these Bengals captains of Zach Taylor and Sean McDermott. And you saw the reality of how close these locker rooms can be, and the reactions of players, and Stephon Diggs going to the hospital to go see his teammate.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, I think, need that reminder. Hopefully not most people, but probably some people need that reminder that these are human beings playing a game. And I thought a number of people did a really good job of talking about this. Ryan Clark, one of them who have experience in the league, which you and I don't have, James, and can't speak to that brotherhood, that camaraderie in the same way that they've experienced it. And I would encourage people to listen to those perspectives. And all we can do is hope for the best right now. And the football part, certainly secondary. And even if it weren't, it's not like we know anything anyway. And maybe that'll come in the coming days, along with hopefully some positive health updates for Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, that's the hope. And that's kind of where it has to be. That's my thought. Now, could there be updates on the football end? Maybe. But as we record this, there was Troy Vincent saying that there was no talk of a warm-up period or resuming play or anything like that. And I don't see how this feeling changes in 12 hours. Right? If you're not playing it on Monday night, which I understand, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I don't know. I don't know where they go from a football standpoint, and I don't anticipate any sort of announcement early Tuesday morning as we record this. So it's from that aspect, all I could say is I don't know. But from a everything else aspect, let's be honest here, it's with Damar Hamlin and his family, and hopefully he we're seeing him talk about how blown away he was by the toy drive, reaching maybe 2 million. I mean, it's at 1.3 right now. I think it's going to get to 2, but hopefully more. Hopefully we're seeing that sometime soon.
That is certainly the hope, until whatever update comes next. Again, sending thoughts, prayers, energy, vibes, whatever it is, whatever resonates with you, Damar Hamlin's way, to his family, to his teammates, coaches, to T. Higgins and the Cincinnati Bengals, everyone involved in this event, because it's easy for no one right now. And just is a reminder of the game of football and how fleeting things can be sometimes. So do whatever it is you need to do to appreciate that. And we'll hopefully be able to continue our conversation on this season in the coming days.